is a recent one. He has made a statement that these are the last days of death. When man is so close to conquering the nature and the challenges posed by nature that man can actually seriously think about eternal youth and even maintaining reaching immortality. Now, these changes will bring about changes in the professions in which we are engaged in. In the healthcare sector, healthcare is likely to move away from diseases to a pursuit of happiness and inner joy. That is where the importance of holistic systems come. In a future where there are no epidemics to fight, healthcare will be about maintaining health. And as we all know, that is where the strength of homeopathy as well as other complementary and alternative systems lie. So these thoughts only highlight the increased responsibilities of these systems of medicine, which we call Ayush in India. As we all know, their contribution is many times overlooked, not always, many times, the extent of their contribution. Nobody will vouch for this than the Honorable MP, who we know that has been championing the cause of increasing the proportion of the budget for Ayush within the overall budget of the healthcare sector. And he has been quite forceful about it, and the other honorable members in the committee have supported him. So we can expect the result of his efforts coming in the near future. Against this future of hope and a future of increased significance, we also have the document on national health policy, which came very recently. Those who have read the document, because it's a very recent one, would realize that it doesn't mention Ayush separately in too many places. It does mention in one or two places. That is actually the most positive thing about the National Health Policy 2017 for our sector, because it sees Ayush as very much part of the mainstream. If you see, there are the main four pillars of the health policy. It starts with the focus on prevention. As we all keep talking about, moving away from sick care to health care. That is the first pillar, and along with that, a lot of associated activities. The second pillar is on affordable health care, that is universal primary health care for all. The third pillar, again, empowering citizens and providing quality patient care. So that is about the right of the patient. Today, as we all know, the documented usage of complementary and alternative systems of medicine is increasing. And this increase is actually patient-driven. So that is why the emphasis on rights of the patient is important. And fourth and the final pillar is one of innovation, of using India's inherent innovative abilities, which is sometimes in good humor, we refer to it as our ability to do jugaad. That is nothing but Indian innovation. So the fourth pillar is about using that to fight the challenges of public health. All these pillars of the health policy, if we take them together, it augurs well for the Ayush sector. So the convention and the focus on research here, it has come against the backdrop of these policy initiatives, which actually places our system at maybe a second takeoff point. Now, going back to what Dr. Manchanda said, there is an entire background to that. Suddenly we find the scope or the charter given to us has enlarged. We have the entire national public health challenges before us, and we are getting a fair chance to address them and also to find the rightful place of homeopathy under the sun. With this, I wish the convention the best, and thank the organizers for giving me this opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you, sir, for bringing in a very beautiful connotation to the importance of homeopathy in today's time, which is more towards promoting holistic health and towards more hope and happiness, and also citing the various policy initiatives which will take the system to a new takeoff point. Thank you, sir. And may I now request Shri A.K. Ganeriwala, respected Joint Secretary, Ministry of Ayush, for his address.
Honorable Minister of State, Independent Charge for Ayush, Shri Sripat Yasonayak ji, Honorable Member of Parliament, Dr. Manoj Rajoria ji, my colleague in the Ministry, Shri Ranjit Kumar, our esteemed guests from abroad, Dr. Lex Rutten, Dr. Martin Brandes, Dr. Isaac Golden, Dr. V.K. Gupta, galaxy of eminent homeopaths, from industry, from research, from academia, invited speakers, resource persons, distinguished ladies and gentlemen. It is indeed a matter of great honor and privilege for me to be part of this very, very important event, where we have gathered to pay tribute to legendary Dr. Hahnemann, who almost single-handedly gave the world this gentle science of homeopathy, a unique medical system. His passion led him to carry on much scientific experimentation on himself and eventual discovery of the therapeutic principles of homeopathy. Such was his grit and determination that in spite of all the adversities posed by life and circumstances, he held steadfast to his conviction and gifted to the mankind this gentle system of medicine that is being used ever since for curing the various illnesses of mankind. Talking of homeopathy in India, I think it would be very difficult to find an Indian who has never tried homeopathic pills at some point of life. It's very difficult to find. It's so popular. And from the government side, I must mention here, and I'm really very happy to share this, that India is the world leader of homeopathy in terms of infrastructure, in terms of human resources, in terms of research facility. We have 209 homeopathic colleges offering graduation, post-graduation degrees, where almost 12,000 graduates are passing out every year. We have a very robust research infrastructure headed by our Central Council for Research in Homeopathy, and almost 31 units spread over length and breadth of the country, and which is engaged in various forms of drug development, drug validation, safety studies, clinical trials. And recently, in the last couple of years, a lot of collaborative research projects have also been initiated with IIT, with AIIMS, with the other reputed organizations. Over the last decade, Central Council for Research in Homeopathy has gained more international visibility and credibility owing to these efforts and their scientific accomplishments. So far, Council has entered agreements with universities or institutes of countries like Mexico, UK, Armenia, Canada, Argentina for development and cooperation in the field of homeopathy. Very recently, during the Drug Regulations Forum, we signed an MOU with Homeopathic Pharmacopoeia Convention of United States for harmonization of Indian and American homeopathic pharmacopoeias and joint research work. I think it will have very far-reaching consequences on our homeopathy research. Ministry of Ayush, ever since its coming into being as Department of Ayush in 1995, is committed to scientific development of Ayush systems. The department was elevated to Ministry of Ayush in November 2014 by the present government. This elevation has added more momentum and independence to the Ayush sector, and the steps to promote these sciences nationally as well as globally are being taken up under the visionary and dynamic leadership of our Honorable Minister, Shri Shripad Yeso Naik ji. Global footprint, if we talk of global footprint, I am very happy to share that we have been actively engaged with the number of countries for our collaborative research, collaborative education, collaborative infrastructure build-up. We have signed country-to-country MOUs with 10 countries. We have signed MOUs for establishment of Ayush chairs. We have our Ayush information cells in 26 countries. So that is just to give you an idea that we have our footprint almost in all continents and almost in all major countries of the world. Recently, a couple of good things have happened to Ayush sector. That for the first time, we could sign an MOU with the WHO in May 2016 in the gracious presence of our Honorable Minister, which would, I'm sure, which would catapult our traditional systems on a much higher pedestal after these some benchmark documents which are will be prepared by WHO on Ayurveda and some of other our traditional systems would position these our systems globally on a very firm footing. We have also huge infrastructure on Ayush in our public health delivery system. I was mentioning to our foreign guests that almost 56% of our health facilities in the public sector, they have a co-location facility of Ayush. Almost out of 31,000 primary health centers, community health centers and district hospitals, we have our presence in 17,500 approximately. So our Honorable Minister's vision is that we must have this facility, co-location facility, at 100% of our public health facilities. And this is in addition to the standalone hospitals, which are under Ministry of Ayush or in the state government and which are functioning at different levels. I'm only talking about the district hospitals, primary health centers and community health centers. These figures were for that only. And we are, co-location is a major, when we talk of integration. So first thing in the integration comes is the co-location, that we provide a choice to the patient when they come a public health facility, that whether they would like to avail homeopathy or Ayurveda or allopathy. So that is the first step towards integration, which is a stated policy of the Government of India. And also one important development has taken place, that the Government of India has decided to, of course it was earlier to create an All India Institute of Homeopathy, but now it would be an extension of National Institute of Homeopathy, which is in Kolkata. So we are going to have a very big super specialty homeopathic establishment at Narela in Delhi. So I think necessary approvals are already obtained and the work will start very soon. So that would provide an excellent opportunity to not only people from India but different parts of the world to avail this world-class homeopathy treatment. In the end, I congratulate the efforts of CCRH for this important convention. which is most apt and much needed theme. I'm sure that this 2 days convention would provide an excellent platform for extensive deliberations on enhancing the quality of research in homeopathy. With these words, I wish the convention a great success, and I also once again thank our distinguished dignitaries on the dais and all the distinguished participants here for their kind presence. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for highlighting the various initiatives which the government is taking towards promoting and projecting the knowledge and science of homeopathy, with more infrastructure development and fostering more international cooperation and improving more global footprints. Thank you, sir. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we invite the views of our international speakers. I would like to first request Dr. Lex Rutten from Netherlands, a homeopathic doctor, consultant, independent researcher, member of the research committees of the European Committee for Homeopathy, advisor of CCRH in India, and he is presently also preparing protocols for prognostic factor research in homeopathy for CCRH India.
Honourable Minister, Shripad Nelson Naik, Honourable Member of Parliament, Manoy Rajora, a respected guest of honour, Ganeriwala Ranjit Kumar, respected colleagues, Dr. Gupta, Dr. Manchanda, Dr. Kurana. Thank you very much for this opportunity, and especially for your tremendous hospitality. I'm always overwhelmed by your hospitality of India. We now live in a challenging time. That is because medicine is in a crisis, because antimicrobial resistance, which is soon will be the principal cause of death in the world. At the moment, homeopathy is the best alternative to antibiotics. But can we present homeopathy as a modern medicine? In fact, homeopathy is modern medicine, because it is a forerunner in personalized medicine, which has become increasing respect because of our knowledge of genetics. But look at our main instrument, the homeopathic repertory. It's a century old, and it has severe scientific flaws. We should and we can update the repertory. We can do that with modern scientific research and statistics. The CCRH has adapted the task of modernizing the repertory with state-of-the-art research on a large scale. This project will start with updating the repertory chapter on cough, as cough is one of the principal reasons to prescribe antibiotics. For me, it's a great honor to assist the CCRH in this task. I thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for your very befitting tribute to the father of homeopathy, wherein once again you stressed on the importance of research. Now requesting Dr. Isaac Golden from Australia, a homeopathic practitioner and teacher since 1988, and he's a founder of the Australasian College of Hahnemannian Homeopathy, which offers distance learning courses in homeopathic and natural medicine.
Honourable Minister and distinguished gentlemen and colleagues. Sometimes when a person takes embodiment, they bring through a wisdom that's beyond their years. And sometimes they bring a light that shines on the world and makes a difference to the world. Your wonderful Mahatma was such a person. More recently, Nelson Mandela shone a light on the world. And in the field of medicine, Hahnemann was such a person. He brought something to the world which has lived well beyond his personal years, because it is based on truth, it is based on simplicity, it is based on natural law. When we look around the world, in most countries, including my own, and you look at health departments, they're misnamed. They're not health departments. their disease management systems. Hanuman talked about health. As an outsider, it's not surprising to me that he found in his system of medicine a welcome home in India, because as an outsider we see India as a place of deep spirituality, awareness that we are not just a physical self. We have an emotional body, we have an intellectual body, we have other parts of our higher self. And that's what Hanuman said in the Organon, that there is more to us than just our physical body, and that a person can only be in real health when all their aspects are harmonious and where their self-healing is able to restore balance whenever they're put out of balance. But not just treatment, because we know homeopathic treatment. Hanuman himself, as we discussed yesterday, was passionate about disease prevention. Chronic disease by using constitutional medicines and miasmic remedies. And acute diseases, epidemic diseases like dengue. And India leads the way in the world in the prevention of these sorts of diseases, but also endemic diseases like whooping cough, measles, pneumococcal disease, which has not yet been explored to its fullest potential. But it is there, it is part of homeopathy. And as someone from another country, we look to India to maintain the understanding, to develop the wisdom that Hanuman brought to the world. So may I conclude by saying, blessed be Hanuman for the light that he gave us, and blessed be India for choosing to remain the guardian of that light. Thank you.
Thank you so very much, sir, for your message.